All right, we have got the concrete slab poured a couple of weeks ago, and turned out very, very nice. Those guys done an awesome job. This is where they plumbed out all their drainage. Of course, water line coming in and power cable going out. Floor drains, pretty cool. Everything's just perfect. Like I said, those concrete drives was awesome. And we came in the other day and we went ahead and tied in the gravel to the building ramp here, and skimmed all the grass off. I tried to record that, but for some reason all I got was sound. I didn't get any video. I know it's my error some way, but we skimmed all this off with a grater blade, and we got down here to this next curve, and we had 2 loads on the ground, and the 3rd load I couldn't even get into the side. I had to take it to the shop and put it under the shed and keep it dry, because it come a torrential downpour. We got our water moving down the edge here, and I call it pull-offs. It's just to pull off in the woods to dump that water, so that once you get past this, you're starting with fresh water, I call it. And then on this side, you got, your water gonna be moving down the edge, and you might can see it right yonder, a little swag to kick the water off the edge of the driveway and put it in the field. And then come back down through here. We got a little dump off on the left down here for the water to get shed. Then the driveway pitches right, and right past that pine tree we've got another pull off for the water to get off into the field, right down through there. But the reason this had to be graveled, I'd rather work from the other end first, but this was slick and they couldn't get the trucks and equipments up through here. And it ain't a bad slope, but when it's slick, it's slick. And then this, I didn't really try to slope any direction. We just put it in because water's minimal. And the original length of this driveway is, let me see, around a mile, might be just a touch over, from the concrete pad we just left to the actual road. And we cut in down here on the right just enough to level up a little bit so the truck wasn't in such a flex trying to spread. I think we're in good shape. And then from here on past my truck around to where the gravel stopped from the original driveway building, we are probably, I'm just guesstimating, between 1,000, 15, maybe 1,600 more feet worth of stone to go in. But we'll have to strip all the topsoil like we did back up through here, and we just moved all that topsoil to the right and feathered it. It all grass back in by next season. And then there's one section down here. Let's just ride you down there and let you look. We're going to have to take and do some more tree removal. strip the topsoil here and move the water, it looks like, to the left off into the wood lines. There's the best thing I guess I've ever purchased. My grader blade. Who needs a motor grader? Just kidding, motor graders have got their place, but this is working real well with it. And then of course the water will be pitched to the right to go into the edge of the field. But we get down here in just a minute. I'm gonna have to clear some trees on both sides of the driveway because one, I need room to work, and I can't get drainage in because the driveway is just at best 12 foot, and we may cut off some terraces up here if we can find some good clay and just build this up and crown it, but we'll just have to see how that works out. And then we get down here to the swag before we get to where we stopped with our gravel. It was holding water pretty bad and making just mud. And if you didn't have four-wheel drive, you wouldn't coming through it. It's just you'd sit on top of it and spin. But, so I sort of stripped that off a little bit and tried to move the water to the right and get it to drain out of there. This wasn't supposed to be even done nothing to for at least a year when we stopped the gravel right up here, but things started progressing pretty good, and that's the reason we're back in here working it. But we've done a cut through right out there to shed the water, and then this is our original driveway that we put in on the original clearing. I don't know if we got full video of the length of the driveway, but she's pretty long. And it's held up good. We've had, I couldn't tell you how many of my dump trucks loaded up through here at 70,000, and I want to say 4 concrete trucks, and then had a well truck that's going to come back, and a water truck for instance. They're not as heavy as the concrete trucks, but it's had a good bit of traffic, big traffic on it. And like the pond dam I've been calling it, we just crossed, it's got fabric under it. And then somewhere right in here, all of this, all the way to the road, has got fabric. And that's the only reason it has stayed in place. We've had some big traffic, and all of this was just rot. They flipped the topsoil down when they cut this embankment out years ago, and when it did, of course, that topsoil just pumps, it don't set up. We dug as much as we could get out. There was places I dug 4 or 5 foot deep and was still in it, so we just decided to bridge it. This is the railroad project's what I've been calling it, probably R&R, but then we're back out at the road. Like I said, we're about a mile back in there to the pad. So anyway, that's our road completed. Until our next little adventure.